To introduce periodic functions, you're going to do an exploration looking at the Millennial Wheel or the London Eye, which is a cantilevered observation wheel. It's a Ferris wheel in London. So a little bit of history about it. It is Europe's tallest Ferris wheel. It was the world's largest until a few years ago. But some facts that I was able to pull from Wikipedia. The structure is 135 meters. I copy and paste this, hence the British version of meters. And the wheel has a diameter of 120 meters. When it is open to the public, in 2000, it was the world's tallest. And according to Wikipedia, it takes about 30 minutes to complete one revolution. So starting from the bottom all the way around is 30 minutes. So what I want you to do is try to answer the questions as you work through that. So pause the video here, and as you work through it, answer the questions. And once you get an answer, hit play, and then you'll see me walking through each of the problems. All right. So hopefully you tried the problems. So here we have number 1, tickets cost £27 if you buy them early, and then £33.50 the day of. So you're going to pay more if you buy the day of. How much will you save in US dollars for the 5 of you? So imagine you and 5 friends. If you buy tickets early versus the day of, and I tell you that £1 is equal to $1.34. So a couple ways you can go about doing this one. I'm going to first find the difference between early and day of. And so if you subtract $33.50 minus 27, you're going to save $6 or £6.50 sterling. I don't even know. $6.50 you're going to save in British pounds compared to buying them the day of. Now that's per ticket, and so I'm going to multiply by 5. So it's 5 people including you, so times 5, and that'll tell you how much you save in British pounds. And so you're saving $32.50 in British pounds. And so we're going to need to convert that to US dollars. So the conversion rate is £1 is equal to $1.34. So $32.50 times 134 over £1. So our pounds will cancel out here. And so $32.50 times 134 is $43.55 is how much you save in US dollars. Number 2, you enter the ride's capsule. Approximately how high above the ground are you? And so if we look at the picture here, you're not going to be right on the ground. It tells us that the height is 135 meters. So that is from the ground, but it also tells you that the diameter is 120 meters. And so if we do that subtraction, we're going to find out that the height has to be 15 meters. And so 135 minus 120 will give you 15 meters. So you're 15 meters above the ground when you are in the capsule to start. If you complete one revolution, what distance do you travel? That's just a fancy way of saying what's the circumference of our circle here. So the diameter is 120, which means the radius must be 60, and we know circumference is 2 pi r. And so plugging 2 times pi times 60, or you can do pi times 120. We get about 377 meters you traveled in total. Okay, and so part 4 goes to our sector length or our arc length. So if you completed only 135 degrees, well, we know 135 out of 360 tells you the percent of the circle you completed, times our answer to number 3. and we get about 141.4 meters you would travel in that sweep of 135 degrees. Number 5, what is the speed in meters per minute and meters per second for the ride? What is the speed of the ride in degrees per minute? And so we know how far we traveled, and rate is just a distance over time, so 377 divided by 30. That'll give us our speed in meters per minute. Just simplify that to the unit rate, and it's about 12.6 meters per minute. And I just wanted a conversion practice, so meters per second. I need to change the minute to seconds. And so I need to multiply by 1 basically. So 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. I need seconds on the bottom, so minutes go on the top. Those cancel. And so 12.6 divided by 60, it's about 0.21 meters per second. Okay. And then the last one here, what's the speed of the ride in degrees per minute? So that might be a new unit of measurement, but it's basically saying like how much is the angle changing per minute. And we know that a full circle has 360 degrees, and it tells us it completes it in 30 minutes. And so if we simplify that, it simplifies to 12 degrees per minute. Okay, and so every minute you're sweeping 12 degrees of the Ferris wheel. All right, so that's your answers to 1 through 5.